When most people think about moving to the Kansas City area, Leavenworth County probably isn't even on their radar. I get it. When we first moved here in 2003, I didn't know anything about Kansas. I pictured flat fields and the Wizard of Oz.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
But what we found totally changed our view, and what's kept us here by choice isn't just the space or the cost of living, it's something deeper. Let's clear something up. Leavenworth County is not just a military post and a prison. People assume it's temporary or too far out or lacking in amenities. I did too. But what I found, especially during our first stay from 2003 to 2005, was a deeply connected community. Retired military couples poured into my family in ways I'll never forget, celebrating the birth of our fourth child, bringing meals when my husband had shoulder surgery, weekly Bible studies, living life alongside of us. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. And now, years later, after multiple moves back, including in 2012 and 2019, we've chosen to stay because sometimes the best place isn't the most obvious one. We don't have family in the area, and if you had asked us in our first 10 years of marriage where we would settle down, we would have answered Texas. But something began to happen after living here from 03 to 05, and whenever we came back, it felt like home. And that feeling after living a transient military life was hard to ignore. There were other aspects that drew us in as well. One of the biggest reasons we stayed, the space. We live on acreage here, and that's just something you don't get easily in other parts of the metro. For many of my military clients, especially those retiring, space is a priority. After years of living in close quarters, they want breathing room. And here, it's affordable. I remember house hunting in 2012 like it was yesterday. We received orders to move back here, and by then we were considering settling here post-retirement, so we opted to buy a house. I remember meeting our realtor. This process was the beginning of my entry into the world of real estate, but that's another story. Brian had just come home from a deployment to Iraq. We pulled into one neighborhood with houses that were so close to each other, he immediately felt claustrophobic. We drove right out without even going inside the house. Brian needed space, and close lots like that neighborhood wasn't going to work for us. In hindsight, house hunting so quickly after coming back from a deployment might not have been the best timing, but we really didn't have another option. In Leavenworth County, you can find a house with more square footage, more land, and often for tens of thousands less than just a few miles south or east. Curious about living on acreage? Watch my video about the things you need to know. Or even better, let's have a conversation and I'll share our experience. If this is your first time here or we haven't met, I'm Payne and I move Kansas City. I help people just like you every day and I absolutely love it. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest misconceptions about the Leavenworth area, the commute. Many people believe Leavenworth County is isolated, like way out there kind of isolated, but the drive times tell a different story. From Basehor, it's 15 minutes to the Legends. From Leavenworth or Lansing, you're under 30 to the airport, and you're always close to K7, I-70, or 435. Many choose to work on post as civilians post-retirement, which makes the commute to Fort Leavenworth super easy. But even if you choose to work in Kansas City, the commute time is not bad. Being near Fort Leavenworth isn't just about active duty life. It brings economic stability. A constant rotation of families keeps housing demand steady. Many of my clients are military, over 80% in fact. Some are retiring and planting roots here. Others are coming in or leaving with a PCS. And often they're surprised how non-temporary this area feels. We always tell families it doesn't have to be forever, but it can be the right move for right now. And that mindset helped us decide to stay too. Leavenworth County doesn't always show up in news articles about KC's suburbs. And no, we don't have luxury stores or hundreds of restaurants, but what we do have is heart, service, and connection. One of the things that surprised me the most when we really settled in here was just how strong the local business community is. There's this powerful network of locally owned restaurants, bakeries, coffee shops, and boutiques, many of them veteran or women-owned. And these aren't just places to shop or eat, they're gathering spots. You get to know the owners, they know your kids' names. From the historic streets of downtown Leavenworth to the growing retail in Basehor, there's this balance of old school values and new energy. It's not corporate, it's personal. This is the kind of place where buying a cup of coffee feels like supporting your neighbor. And that connection, it's something people really want more of right now. The schools, they may not be hitting the kind of marks that Blue Valley to our southeast hits, but my kids went to school here, elementary through high school, and they thrived. They participated in sports, DECA, AP classes, and had great teachers along the way. This community embraced us like we were always from here, even though we weren't. If you're thinking about buying in Leavenworth County, these are the 4 places I always recommend, whether you're military or civilian, first-time buyer or downsizer. Falcon Lakes in Basehor is golf course living, newer homes, beautiful surroundings. Rock Creek in Lansing is family-friendly, quiet, close to everything. West Glen in Leavenworth has newer construction homes and some maintenance-provided options. And then there's acreage in the county, offering a little more freedom and space to roam. When people think Kansas City suburbs, Leavenworth County rarely makes the list. But if you value space, affordability, and deep-rooted community, you just might be overlooking something special. We didn't plan to stay forever, but what we found here made us feel at home. And that was enough. The longer we have lived in the area, the better we have gotten to know the surrounding counties. There are pros and cons to all of them. We were pleasantly surprised by the unexpected perks of Leavenworth County and are happy with our choice. If you're considering putting down some roots, call me today and let's explore the possibilities. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.